Good morning.
What's up? What's up? What's up, peeps? What's up? It is Friday, second day of December. It's already flying. The month is already flying, right? Well, you only got about 20 days to shop for Christmas. Get it done. I finally got my Christmas list together last night because I had a couple of ultimatums. A couple of people told me if you want something for Christmas, put it in the list, have it together by Sunday. So I was like, so they told me that you can
Sunday,
keep
they were
on.
generous.
They no, they
They were generous.
no, they really wasn't because I kept telling them for the longest. I ain't really want nothing. I don't really know them when I ain't. So
Hmm.
I had ultimatums. They was like, yo, coal. You will have coal in the stocking if we don't have what you want on your list by December. So I
And
was
it's
like,
gonna
I
be
used to get.
team. Don't look over here.
Yeah, it's gonna be team. Don't look under the tree for your stuff because it's not there. You didn't ask for it. So yeah,
And it's
so we.
hysterical because a lot of times, because I have people in my life, I would always try to be ahead of time because I'm a procrastinator. I admit, but I'm trying to like get ahead of the game, trying to say, hey, what you want? Oh, I don't want anything. Okay.
Yeah, like, a lot of people
And
take me up on
baby,
that.
when that time came, they be like, "So what? You didn't give me?" I say, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Time out, time
You say
out.
you ain't want that.
I don't do mind reading, and I don't do passive
Uh,
aggressive. You better back
mm,
that up."
yeah.
So yes, when somebody asks you to tell them what you want, you better do it.
Yeah, I had to just go. I just had to go because, like, when most of the time when people ask you that, right, and then with your kids, you kind of be like the things I really really want y'all to like take care of. I don't want to put that on y'all because there's some stuff that I really could use for this business, but I know that they can't foot that bill, so I don't
Right.
I don't fool with them on that. So all the other things, like how much stuff can I have? Like really, it's really just look at it. I mean, stuff you can go. You go in. I go in my closet now. I'm like I'm needing to do like a yard sale or something because there's so much stuff in there that I haven't wore or I need to give away or find Goodwill or something
Mhm.
like that. So when you really start looking at it, I was like, do I really need anything? Then you have to start physically thinking, to put on the list. And like last night, I put stuff on the list. Like, I mean, I just put like, socks, some bow ties. I just put some stuff like that because you can always use that. So I was like, yeah, give me some socks, give me some bow ties. I love the pretty socks with the designs, love the bow ties. You know what I mean? About to start this new venture, so I'm gonna have to be dressing back up. So yeah, so I figured that that was good. So that was good. So he's like, oh, okay, okay. I was like, yeah, put you in the seats, Joseph A. Banks. That's why I got my bow ties from outside. Go on there, pick them out. They got a nice sale. They got a clearance right now. You can buy 300-400. It's a good deal. So go on there. So I didn't put them too much behind the eight ball with that. But you're right. I have said that a couple years, and I did not have anything on there. My son got me real good one year. He just said, I told him, I was like, man, I can't think of none, right? So I never gave him anything. So
Mm.
when he got to opening up stuff, my daughters gave me something like I didn't tell her this, but she took the initiative and just bought me something she think I like. So he
Mm.
didn't buy anything. So so I'm looking for a gift from him, and I'm like, okay, everybody's
Facts.
opening. I don't see nothing from you with my name on it. He's like, you said you didn't want anything. So and
Facts.
then after he made me sweat a little bit, he pulled out he got a Christmas card with a gift card in it. So he gave me $500. So I was like, that was good, man. I appreciate that. So I went and bought
Mm.
stuff with that. But yeah, he made me sweat though, because he did like that. We did the breakfast, we did everything. Like we went through most of the Christmas day before he finally said something. I was like pretty hot. And then he's like, you can't be mad, nobody but you, because I asked you like in August and you kept saying, you don't know. So that's what it is, y'all. So we're just staying a little bit of that Christmas cheer because it is the season for it. We hope you guys get prepared. Seems like Congress has pushed it through, so you won't have a rail strike, so to speak. I don't know all the details, but hopefully your gifts that you're ordering, supply chain to be able to get that to you and your family and your loved ones for the holiday season. But we talking about you today. We on the rant, we on the tantrum, we on whatever you want to call it. We on setting you straight before we leave out of 2023. So we
And
asked
speaking of
you.
setting you straight, speaking
Oh,
of setting you
get
straight,
that segue.
hello, hello.
Oh, I'm gonna set you straight
Was
to the
straight.
face.
How we
Yo,
setting them straight with this membership though? For real, for real.
yes. Don't get it twisted. Yesterday I had 3 people to join the membership, and they was like,
Woohoo!
"Man, I am looking for something like this." So there's levels to this. I got the beginners, I got the building, and I have the leadership in this membership. And we just get it in. We come together. We talk about things, vulnerability. There's some exercises that I do in there. We do it on the zone where it's all confidentiality. So it's not like I'm gonna say everything you got in there that I'm gonna go post about it. Like some places that I've been in, I'm not gonna name names, but
Yeah.
anyway, we have this vulnerability toolkit, the membership, and I've been thinking about this and trying to get this together for a long time. Did not know how it was. So I said I'm gonna put it out there, see what the response been. The response have been overwhelming. I just cannot imagine how many people that are really behind the scenes want to be involved with something like this. So vulnerability toolkit membership is for you. It's with me leading the way. It's embracing your vulnerability in truth and confidence. This is really what it's about. We're gonna change that narrative for all involved to understand that you can be vulnerable in your truth and you can be confident in leading that way. So go to the website there, carlshawnwatkins.com / vulnerability toolkit and get it done. I'm working on it today. For y'all don't know, I'm always vulnerable. I did not do my .com, but vulnerabilitytoolkit.com is coming. So you can have it there. You won't have that longness, so you can get it in. See, I'm vulnerable like that. That don't hurt me. That don't make me no dumber. I
At
just told you.
least you are aware. You are aware.
I'm
And that's
self-aware. I'm self-aware.
yes, then part of that awareness is what I'm bringing and helping folks with on Struggle Site Rescue Strategy Day. It's not
Yeah.
just about your website. We're about to help you understand the principles and why you need to get certain things in order. I've
Yeah.
already been talking to my collaborative brand partners, and we're about to help you out. Not only are you going to get a list of the folks that I would highly recommend that you talk to, get more information, and even work with, but you're also going to get workbooks. You're going to get content and tools to
Mm.
help you take action, not just
Right.
sit there and collect dust in your mind and on your desk or on your computer. This is about taking action and knowing before you hire or before you do it yourself what you need to be tackling, what you need to be doing. And I don't know if you can see it, but when you see anything that I post, this day is also about collaborating with others, listening to what others have to say. You share your ideas about what you want to do and get some feedback, not just from me, but get feedback from others who may need your services, who may want to work with you, who may even want to team up with you and do some real partnerships. So it's all about the collaboration for me. I've learned that it's been so useful, but make sure that you guys join the wait list before December 10th, that they get a special access offer. So make sure that if you're on the wait list, early access offer is live now. If you want to wait, December 10th, that's when the public registration opens. So make sure that whichever one you get into, jump in. This is happening January 21st. January 21st, we're not playing games. This will be the first round. So this is where I will be taking in all the information, working with everybody to improve this, because the second round is going to happen right after that to get more information, because it's all about that data. That's what I'm trying to collect so I can make this even better. Nobody's been doing this. So I want to make this as amazing as possible. So not only do you get to see how I think and the processes I put my clients through, but what should you be thinking about before you go to somebody else's calendar and say you want a book? Before you get on my calendar and say you want a book? These are the things that you should be thinking about and having already in place. So Struggle Site Rescue Strategy Day 2023 is upon us now. Make sure you register today. And
Yes.
we are getting into being a bottleneck because when I thought about this, I already knew the title out the gate, but I was trying to formulate how to explain what was going on in my head. And a lot of it was because we've been talking all week about the the E Myth Revisited. And when I was going through that book and listening in that book, I was like, yo, this is so much about the stuff I was going through. Oh man, I remember this. And oh wow, he just made that click for me. And part of that was, you know, making sure that whatever I was doing, I was capturing it fully enough that whoever I brought in could do it without needing me. or without needing hands-on every day. Because sometimes some people, they just want to be handheld and guided through life. but but when you run in a business, or you're trying to run a business, or you're trying to help someone else's business, because that's where the CEOs come in, that's where the CTOs, that's where all of y'all come in, is you're helping somebody else's dreams, but are you doing it in an effective and an efficient way? So that's where I was like, oh, let's make sure we get that together. And that's where the bottleneck comes in. Sometimes you're the bottleneck and you don't
Yeah.
realize it. And for me, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm bottlenecking my own life, my own success. And what does that look like? That means I'm not allowing people to help me. I'm not saying when I need help. I'm acting like I can take everything on. And was I really being successful at it? Even when it comes to the multitasking and everything, are you being successful at it, or are you successfully failing and not realizing it? So that's where this whole conversation was coming in at. And I'll dig in for a second, but I see a question came in asking about the struggle cycle. The struggle cycle for behind struggle site rescue is the fact that so many owners, people who want to break out into business speakers, if you're a consultant, if you're a coach and you're transitioning into that phase of becoming a speaker, you're new to a lot of things and you don't have everything situated. So you're struggling to identify with people who come to a website. Even if you have one, or you're thinking about one, you're like, well, why do I have one? Why do I need one? Or you have one up for a landing page, but it's not clear. There's no clarity in it. There's no way, you're not thinking about the journey that your customer or your visitor would have to take to get to know you, to understand your processes, to understand your service, to say, yes, this is the person I need to. You talking to me. Have you ever been to a website where they're just speaking to you, right? That's because they've collected so much information and they started to formulate their pitch or their explanation of what they do to help you. They just got so good at it because they were paying attention, and then they probably brought on a copywriter to help them formulate that thought. So that's where the struggle cycle, I want to help end that struggle cycle, because so many business owners get caught up in the fact of just throwing something up, just being random with the site, or throwing up all their information, or random information, photos that don't belong there, information that's all clogged up, and it looks like a mess. So when you have a site that just looks like a mess for information, the flow isn't right, it just doesn't feel good, then that's when people say, you know what, I can't come over here. They get distracted and they go somewhere else where that person took the time to organize, formulate their thoughts, and put everything in a pleasant presentation to their guests and to their potential clients. So I want to help end the struggle cycle of not knowing what to do, throwing up anything random, never updating your information or your services or your products, or putting half information up there and people still don't have clarity. That's the struggle cycle that we're going to end through struggle site rescue. So if you have any more information for me, please feel free. DM me. I'm more than happy to let you know. I'll even jump on a call, 15-minute, and we'll hash that out and get you that clarity for real, for real. Um, but yes, so as we are jumping into, I don't know. So
You got it.
yeah, so as we are jumping into the our conversation today, the myth buster that we're going to address is, always that you have everything handled. You can do it all on your own.
I got this.
That was something that, yeah, you got this. That was something that I was like, I can do this. I got this. I don't need no help. But I had like 40 things on my plate, and I'm like, okay, if I just structure everything and I categorize what I need, okay, first in, first out. And a lot of times that couldn't be helped, because then, especially if you're at work, you have somebody jump on your phone or in your inbox like, oh, I got an emergency. Oh, you gotta bypass everybody else and put me up first. Like that threw me all the way off from my calendar, especially when you have so much stuff to do and handle. So, are you being a bottleneck to your success? I know I was. I wasn't letting other people come in and help me out, take things off my plate so I can do something else, or I can be more productive somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So, for that, what do you think about that, Mythbuster?
Now, I think that's awesome because a lot of times, especially in the essence of us being uh, entrepreneurs, of that, I think it that kind of that competitive, it turns to a competitiveness, right? I got this. It kind of turns and feeds your competitive juices to kind of like that ego thing. And everyone has this. It's not isolated as for male tendencies, right? Women have this as well. I got this. And probably in some points and places, especially in business, theirs is probably a little stronger than men for just the simple point of proving they can do it, right? If nothing else, yeah, I can do this because I don't want nobody looking at me like I can't, right? And this is where it comes into play where we got this multitasking. I don't know who, and I'm still championing the cause of trying to get rid of these people that put these two words together that has totally different meanings and synchronize them to make one meaning with two words, right? I just asinine to me. But anyway, that's for another day. When you put these words together, multitasking, like, can you multitask? Really ask yourself the question. Can you give your attention to more than one thing? Right? Yes, you can, right? Physically, you can. I can be writing and listening, right? Something is going to lack. You're not that good. I don't care who you are. You're not that good. So when you say I'm multitasking, we get this vigor of saying that we're so confident that we're doing two things well, and we're really being idiotic because neither one of the things are getting the attention they deserve. So when you talk about that from that place, that's where you go into it. I got this. Like, and it's very much a myth building because you can't handle it all on your own. I don't care how efficient you think you are, and especially in the processes of business and providing services and you getting out the way. I was in management for a long time, leadership for a long time. Bottleneck was one of the key terms in management, especially when I was in restaurant management. Go to where the bottleneck is. What that mean was officially viewing, because you know I love visuals. That was that you saw an area that needed attention quickly so you can disperse and get the flow back through, right? A lot of times in restaurants, it may be the drive-through area is backed up. It may be the kitchen is not running all that great. They may need help in there. Maybe out in the dining room where some trays or something need to get cleaned up, right? Put any aspect of that, put it in that. And you know, guys, you know I love Chick-fil-A because they paid my bills for a long time. So look at them. Look how their systems roll and designed to where there's an efficient amount of help in the drive-through to keep that line moving. Yes, you will always pull up and it'll always be a line, right? I still don't know what they put in the chicken, but you'll pull up and it'll be a line. But just as much as you pull up and be a line, you can see how efficiently that line flows and continues to move. That's how you should be in your business. Where areas I can, not that I'm on everything, but you should sit from a level of high up to look down on your business. Sitting in your business, and we talk about that too in the book when he talks about working on your business instead of in it. When you're in the business, you're sitting in the forest, right? And all you see is trees. So there's no understanding that nothing else in this forest beside it is trees because you're in the forest. But when you sit above the floor, so you do a flower, you're like, oh, yo, look at that pretty rock statue over there. You never saw that in the floors. You never saw that because all you saw was trees. That's how you become a bottleneck in your business. Do you sit in areas and get clogged in there trying to be this great graphic designer and you know that's not your calling? Try to set up all of these systems with your CRM and you have no idea how to do redirects. I'm talking to myself with that. You know how to do redirects, right? Those kind of things right there create that. So you don't got this. You just say that to yourself first. I don't have this. Now you may have particular things of that, but you don't have this, meaning that right there. So if you become that bottleneck, you can ask yourself that question, and it's a real visible thing to see, and it's not nothing you can say. Oh, I gotta wonder if you know where you're stopping the growth at. You know yourself for where you're spending too much time on, and nothing is growing out of that. So you have to ask yourself the question. Well, I'm loving this though. This is real. This is real talk on credible vulnerability moments. So I'm telling you.
And one thing to start being aware of so you can take action, and
Mhm.
stop being that bottleneck is, speak up
Yes.
and be clear about the support you need. Sometimes we ask, because and I'm speaking from my standpoint. I'll ask for help, but I don't say exactly what I need. I'll beat around the bush, or I might not have sat myself down to be clear about what I needed so I can articulate it. So you know what I mean? So you have a bunch of people in your network and you're just like, hey guys, I just need some help. And everybody looking at you like, and that help would be what? Right? Do you need help with what copies, graphics, promotions? What do you need help with? And then that's how folks can start to raise their hand, jump on in, give their support, or even offer their services to you. But they can't do that, and most won't do that unless they know exactly what it is that you need help with. Can they be supportive in your journey? Or maybe there's somebody else that they know that can help you, but they can't just randomly send a bunch of people your way or randomly jump up and say, yes, I can help you, when they don't know exactly what it is you need help with. So yes, you have to speak up, but you have to also be clear. You have to be
Yeah.
very clear about what it is you need help with.
And it has to be an understood thing. I can't, you can't get around it because everything starts with you, right? So you're clear. If your clarity is not clear, you don't know where to ask for help at because you're not clear about where you need help at. So when you get into the essence of that, in the beginning, you probably have a lot of these questions, right? There'll be the FAQs, right? Oh, I don't know what this is. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. But okay, you've been in business a couple of years now. You still got FAQs. Someplace in point you need to just take a look back. Not saying dismiss your business, not saying dismiss the idea, but just just take a reset and go back and say, okay, well, what walk yourself through the process of why you even began this, right? These are the things that you want to get clear about. Speak up about it. Engage people with your idea, right? I know sometimes we're fearful of, I'm gonna give my idea, somebody gonna take it and do it. The one thing I found about taking ideas, which I've had a lot of people do, they can't perform them like me. So I stopped getting mad about it. I stopped getting mad about it. I really did. Yeah, I've got a few people that I can, really go in on. They took my idea and they're monetizing it now, right? I can't get mad about it. I'm not mad about it, but they can't do it like I'm doing it, right? And I
Yes.
know we always get into that little pitch fever, like, I got to make sure no one knows this. Sometimes pitch roundabout pieces of your idea to people. See how
Hmm.
it's received. See how it's take. Because I get idea. I throw a lot of ideas off of Charlene. Like, how does this sound? What does this take? What do you think I could do that? And she'll hit me with like, okay, who is this serving? Who is this for? She'll hit those critical questions to me. Then I can go back and say, okay, I didn't fine tune that. I didn't. Okay, I need to change that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Because sometimes we got brainstorms and we miss a lot of the storm. Our brain just missed it. We excited about the one particular thing, and we miss all the other things that really make that work. So when you be clear about it and you speaking up about it, you'll start learning the things that you're missing, and
Hmm.
then you'll be able to clearly ask for the support you need. So you say, "Oh, I'm getting a coaching business, right? Everybody's coaching now. Somebody's coaching. Everybody's coaching, right?" So, yeah, coaching business, right? And you don't know how to get your coaching clients, so you don't even know what client you need. You don't even know your coaching skill. Like a lot of these coaches that I ran across, like, what is your skill? You certified in what? You got a piece of paper say you went to ICF certification. They certified you to coach what? Badminton, tennis. What did they certify you to coach? I mean, you really have to think about those things. But speak up and be clear about needing support. That's the vulnerable piece about what we're talking about today.
Yes, yes. And as we are speaking up and we're saying, let's be clear about it, we also want to
Mhm.
make sure that we stop denying that we can use help.
Yes.
Because we might tell people, oh, I need to do this and that in my marketing. I need to get better. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh no, I got that part. I just need this part. And folks are like, no, you don't have that part either. So let me walk you through. You don't got that either. So you want to stop denying that you could use help. Sometimes there's such a struggle with just being vulnerable enough to say, yo, I really suck at this. I want to be a coach, but I have that. I see it because some people like I'm just using coaching because one Carl
Yeah,
brought it up.
because I love coach. I love to talk about coaches. I love to,
But
love
it's
to.
one of the simpler things to kind of give a good correlation with that. A lot of folks think you just sit down and talk to people all day randomly, and
Yeah.
and you
Ooh.
coach folks through it. But there's differences between that. And what are you tackling? What are you and I feel like when Carl says qualified, I feel the same way, but not in a sense of certifications, because there's just certain things you can't be certified in. They either don't have it yet, or you just can't be
Speak on it.
certified.
Speak on it.
Um, So as a coach, do you understand the skill set of being a coach? Because even for me, what I noticed with really really amazing coaches is that they have qualities that I realize psychologists and sociologists and all of them, they have the ability to listen
Mhm.
but remove themselves out of the process and give some type of a objective feedback. And the purpose of that is so your clients should be able to come up to a certain extent with their own clarity and say, "Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that does make sense." So when they're sharing with you, you should be able to decipher what's really the underlying key that's going on. Because that's what a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists do. They help you put the dots together, but they try not to give you the answers, but they try to help you talk things out, work things out, so you can come up with the answers. So for me, some coaches who are really really amazing, that's what they're doing. They're not giving me a whole bunch of answers, but they're helping me formulate, like, oh, okay. And for them, they have a process to get to that point,
Mhm.
right? So for you, maybe you're trying your hardest to do that, but you don't have a process. You're not listening to folks, you giving them directives and whatnot, then you're not a good coach. You're not listening to what they're saying. You giving them advice that don't even pertain to them. Because you halfway in, halfway out. Like Carl said, you multitasking, you thinking about your dinner and and what you gonna make for the family. And then you on a coaching call with people and you're not
Mhm.
totally there. You're not completely in the moment. So you want to stop denying that you could use help. If you need somebody to help you out at home to give you that block of clarity and just calmness so you can handle your clients and be there for your clients, or maybe you need help managing the back end of the job of the work. You need help having people help you coordinate your clients. Maybe you have work pre-work for them and you need help with somebody helping you put all that together for you, packaging all of that. So you just ready to jump in the car and do it, right? So you never want to be the person to always deny and help because you can be blocking moving forward. You can be blocking that blessing of somebody coming in and totally changing the game for you.
And giving you that giving you that opportunity to, you said so many amazing things, giving you that opportunity to break free. A lot of times we are a hindrance in the bottleneck because of the simple fact we don't ask for help, right? We don't ask for help. And in that, the attachment to that is we don't really know what we need help in.
Mm,
And the attachment to that, to make it a full circle, is we're fearful of asking for that help for the simple fact we're fearful of being found out we don't know. So guess what? It's a whole lot of people don't know stuff. When people start realizing that, I think this will be. So I've been saying that since I was about 13, 14. I said, when people start, I said that to a teacher, my English teacher. And I said, when people start realizing, and I was talking to my parents, I was talking about my parents to my teacher. I say, when people start realizing that people know when you don't know,
mm,
they'll just start doing the things they need to do to either find out, get better in, or prepare themselves for. Then we can stop
yeah.
all the charades because everything is a charade. We're trying to come from behind the veil, and it's sort of like three card Molly, right? I'm playing three cards for y'all don't know that street game, right? There's three cards, you flip it over, and you have somebody like bet to try to figure out
The
which one
con
is the.
game. That con game.
Yeah, that card game, right? So they are palming the cards all the time. So your mind is really seeing just a bunch of hand movement, and the card never really moves. So when you pick it, it's always wrong, right? This is a lot of times how we interact with people. We have this facade about ourselves that only we know what we know. So therefore, we are the experts in what we know. So we can teach anybody what we know. And a lot of people already catch you off that from the door because they be like, I can see right through you. A lot of people don't say it. I think if a lot of people just come up to you and say it, I think this world would be better, right? Like a lot of people just say, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. And this is why you don't know that. And then people be
Mm,
like, oh, then you'll start having people be genuine and authentic about things they know and they don't know because they can't hide. See,
mm,
hiding has helped us with this problem right here. We're denied we need help because we can hide. See, that's why I make
Mm,
it a point of showing my vulnerability on here to see. It's very simple and it's not changing. I don't change my attitude towards you, contrary to popular belief. I don't change my attitude towards you or carry salt packets with you, contrary to belief, because I know some people think I do. I don't carry those. So that's just how I am. I tell you what I don't know and don't have no problem telling you because it could be another whole world made with what Carl doesn't know. I mean, we could create a whole nother world based off what I don't know up here. So you hiding it and saying, "Yeah, I'm deny need to help." That's all connected to you denying you need the help because you don't really know what help you need, and you don't know what help you
mm,
need because you're scared to ask for help. Period. So you can't yourself
mm.
to a cycle or a bottleneck. That's what coaching does with me. Like I make you think. I ain't gonna give you no 10 homework assignments. Have you going on all of these things and filling out a bunch of things, tarot cards and all that other kind of stuff, whatever else they have you fill out.
But it depends on the process. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It
Yes.
depends on the process. It depends on what it is that you're doing,
Yes.
because that's something else that people hide. They don't want to share their information,
Ooh,
thinking
no.
like, "Ah, if I give you everything, if I give you the how to get it done, then you don't need me." But bump it. Maybe they don't need you, right? Maybe it's the process that you help produce that result that's your cream, right? That's what you can say, like, it's the way I do this that helps you out.
Mhm.
And it's legit. Some people, they trick you and say, oh, it's the way I do it, and it's a hot mess back there. And that's why they don't want help. They don't want others to expose that and see, like, oh, wait a minute, you really don't got it back together over here. And it's okay not to have it together, but it's a shame. It's a trait of shame that you feeling like, oh man, I don't want anybody to know. And so then you sitting there looking crazy, and then boop, you become a bottleneck. So the last part of that, of this bottle, how to stop being a bottleneck, is decide if you rather be successful or a martyr.
Mm.
Now, when I say a martyr, you see it all over social media. Everybody crying and, oh my God, the struggle, that. So you trying to be that model of what it looks like to just fumble through it and still say, I gotta win, but I didn't know what I was doing, but I gotta win. That's not always cute. Because after a while, you can't be in business 10 years still saying, oh, I didn't know what I was, I got it anyway. No, because then you're not running something successful. You're looking crazy. So do you want
Yes.
to be successful, or do you want to be a martyr? And a martyr of, oh, all the hard work I've done, I made it. Stop it. Stop it.
True, because who wants to be martyred, right? Yeah, is it valiant to want to fall on your sword? Yeah, and then also in that same vein, it's about one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Why do you have to be a martyr? That's really what I ask the questions about when people want to be martyr. Maybe they don't say those terms in actuality, but what they do, their actions will speak this. This is what I came up with, and I'm just gonna fall on my sword because this is my idea. Oh no, I have a lot of ideas. I throw out to different ones that I'm working with, collaborate with. They be like, no, okay, go back to the drawing board. That idea didn't get it right. So if you got that circle of people that you're talking to, and they're giving you that kind of feedback on there, more than likely their feedback is going to mean something more than just saying you'll go through with it if they're truthful and honest with you, right? So you can decide at that point, do I want to be successful? Yeah, get out the way of the bottleneck. Start doing the things and implementing things, and email just puts you on that. It puts you on that path of that, having you identify those things, being self-aware about those things, making changes when necessary, not continue to go down the road of as corporate America has went down, right? So now that at this point now it's millions of jobs and nobody to take them. So nobody wants to go back to work today. Me and Charlene talk about this all the time with these numbers and the work, right? But I know from essence, from just talking to the people that I talk to, people don't want to go back to these jobs because they ain't caring about being back in that cycle. So if you want to be successful, think about the things that can cause you to be successful instead of a martyr. Because remember, a martyr don't live to fight another day. You just remember for the cause you died
Mm,
for, right? And then in
mm.
remembrance of that, some people will say that was pretty dumb to die for. So don't get it twisted. Because you're a martyr, that means everybody's celebrating what you died for. It's gonna be some people saying, he probably could have rethunked that. He didn't have to give his life up for that. He probably could have done that a different way. I'm just bringing it to you real, let you see. So if you want to be successful, think up those things that will make you successful. Vision yourself successful. I did that last night. I drew me got one of my notebooks and I started writing
Your
it
vision
down.
board popping?
Huh? What
You got
happened?
your vision board popping? You got your vision board
Yes,
popping?
I really want to vote on my vision. Well, I say, what does it look like to be successful? What does it look like for me to be successful? Right? What do I envision success? And I ain't talking about and it was so fabulous that even in my shallowest of thinking, I didn't put anything materialistic on the board. I didn't.
Mm,
I put a lot of things mindful, willful. I put a lot of things self awareness. I put a lot of things helping out. I put a lot of things, and that wasn't by purpose. That's just, I mean, that wasn't intentionally done. I just started really thinking about the things that I think will make me successful. I got out of the social media aspect of, I got to have a big car. I got to have, I mean, how many cars can you drive, right? You know what I mean? How many looking at that what happened with Jay Leno? He got a garage with 100 cars and he almost got burnt up fixing one. So how you gonna drive any of them cars if you die? So when you start thinking of it that way, what is it that want to make you successful? Don't you want somebody to say, Carl imparted this to me or Charlene gave me this and now I'm growing? She shared
mm.
this with me and now I'm able to share it with someone else, pass that on. Or you just say, yo, Charlene told me to change my website with all these pictures and I just refuse. So my business is just going to die because I'm a coach and a consultant, and I got a lot of portraits on my website, so it's going to die.
And I wanted to touch on Mike's
What's up,
comment
Mike? Get some of that
before we
Denver
go.
pizza, Mike.
He said, let's be honest, most people just want to get through their current career with hopes of retirement. Child, say it. We need to find ways for people to celebrate success more regularly.
Yes, yes,
And that
yes.
is so true. That is so true. And part of that success, and I wholeheartedly believe it, is to have others come in, support you, give you feedback. Sometimes that's the support you need. You don't need them to do something. You just need them to listen and then give you that feedback. Be sounding boards. So
And
you
stop
can
asking
do
your
better
family.
feedback.
Yeah,
What?
and stop asking your family. Stop asking them to give you feedback on your things. I'm just telling you from experience to stop asking your family to
Mhm.
give you feedback, right? Because there's a reason why they're your family. Not to mention you ain't had no rhyme or reason why you was born into it. But for the most part, unless y'all just broke up or y'all just like that with each other, they're gonna tell you the things that you want to hear, and they're gonna tell
Mm,
you the things that coddle you, right? You may
right.
have that one aunt, that way uncle, just they gonna be straight with you, but for the most part, your family's gonna be supportive, and there's nothing wrong with that. They supposed to be. That's what family is for. But when you're in these kind of aspects, I listen to a lot of strangers, and when I say that, there's a difference between listening and hearing. I listen to a lot of strangers because I want real conversation based upon what I'm doing. I want real
Mm-hmm.
genuine talk. I want to hear somebody say, yo, your stuff suck. And this is why. This is why. Maybe they ain't suck for everybody, but you've given me some things to work for. You've given me some things to work on, and you've given me something to think about. That's how you want to continue to be evolving so you can clear the bottleneck. That's how you continually want to be. That's why surveys are so important. I don't know why people have deemed them not to be. It's because a lot of people don't listen to them and create. Surveys were implemented to get better processes in businesses, right? That's really why they was implemented. They was implemented to get true feedback based upon the service received. I welcome surveys. Bring me a survey. Tell me what I didn't do right. Tell me what I can do better. And you say, well, it was just one customer. You'd be surprised how one customer could bring down the house because you don't know who that one customer know. All they do is say one
True.
person to put.
And with
Go
the
ahead.
surveys, I learned some people just don't know how to ask the questions, or they don't know how to
True.
create a survey. So
True.
when they create the survey is useless because it's not really giving them information that they need because they don't know how to formulate stuff. And surveys, there's a science to surveys. Folks don't want to listen, they don't want to believe in it, but there's a science to it. To
Yes.
get to the real truth of something, sometimes you have to ask a question more than once on your survey, but
Hmm.
differently. And
Got to know
in
how
a
to rearrange it.
right.
Yes.
So, and then Michael also said, and this is gonna be our last one, is
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to measure success. He tries
Mhm.
to base his on how he influences others positively, but since that's not a material success, it's hard to take it around with you. And I
Mhm.
beg to differ on that, because if you are truly, getting in and connecting with folks, they will tell you that's your measure point. That's how you take that with you, because now they have confirmed for you what you already know that you're doing.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not always success is not always something that you just hold out to the world like a trophy or like a jacket. It's something that it exudes in you, how you move. If you can move with no shackles on you, if you can move knowing that, yes, I know that what I'm doing is positive, so I can keep doing it. That's how you know you're successful at what you're doing. You're continuously helping. You're excited about it. And people see that. That's how you carry it. People see it in your behavior, your reactions, and the people around you. Because folks around you will speak for you without you even being in the room.
Mhm.
That's part of success. So it really depends on what is it that you want for you to make successful for you. It's not always about what other people are going to deem successful. How do you see success? And then move like that, move in that space.
And that success is gauged. I'll say this on that. That success is gauged very differently. And how you have to be in tune is, especially in the leadership realm, you have to acquaint yourself to what does success look like to those that you are leading, not what success looks like to you, because the ultimate outcome is for them to grow so they can fulfill more of what you need as the one in charge of them, right? You get that puzzle kind of like in your head. The success to me and those that join my clubs and my memberships and my coaching, the success to me is not I get them to give me a good testimonial. It's not a success to me. The success to me is what they take out of it and what it is to them. What are they looking to gain from working with me? That's my key to getting that to them. That's providing them the success, right? So when you take it on that way, even in jobs and in corporate, if you're not having their own business, the success is that whoever you're leading. What does success look like to them? Does success look like to them someone who's needing training and you never gave them the permission to go to a training class they wanted to go to? And that's all they wanted to do was go to that class. And you never approved that for them to go to that class. You become a bottleneck to their success. And though you may look at it as,
Mhm.
well, I don't think they really need that. It's not about what you thought they need. It's about growing them and continually building their loyalty back to you. So don't be a bottleneck, guys. Don't be a bottleneck, especially in the holiday season. We need those packages to flow.
Yes, let them blessings come through. And that's where I was coming in on this, is stop blocking your blessings at the end of the day. Um this is a new time coming in for you, so enjoy the season, but enjoy
Mhm.
why you're doing a lot of what you're doing, either in your career, in your own businesses. Why do you love doing this? And it shouldn't be just to make money. It shouldn't be just to be an influencer or collect numbers.
A
So
follower.
right. So you definitely want to really reevaluate what it is that you're doing, so you're not a bottleneck and you're not blocking what good can come to you. So that's it for me today. Carl saying his farewells, because
Yes, deuces. Y'all have a lovely weekend. Stay out of trouble. Stay safe as you're going through the holiday season. Definitely stay safe. There's people out there that while you're shopping, they're shopping for what you're shopping for while you're paying for it. All right. A kind,
oh my
a kind,
god,
a kind way to put it. Somebody is shopping what you're shopping,
thick
right?
jackets.
Yes. They're paying attention to what you're buying so they can shop once you get out to your car. So be mindful, be careful, be vigilant, all of those things, because this is the time of season where everybody don't have what you have. So just
Mm,
be safe about it. All jokes aside. A lot of people don't have what you have. So when you're going out to these malls or these areas, even if you're getting it delivered to your house, because there's some things going on in Jersey where people are buying Amazon uniforms and just popping up
wow.
at people's houses, knocking on the doors to try to see if people home and then breaking into their houses. So it's a mad world out here. I'm just sharing some safety tips with y'all. So be mindful of what you're doing. So you can I shop at home. Amazon bring mine. Somebody didn't got smarter. Crooks is always on the job. Crooks is always work. They're never unemployed. Crooks are never unemployed. They work all year round, 365.
Brilliant. Brilliant at being
And they
thankful.
got brilliant minds.
Like, damn.
If they put their minds to doing something good, they probably could cure cancer and change the world.
Well,
But they
hey,
think
don't get it twisted because some of the best crooks are in corporate suits.
this is true. This is true. This is true. This is
they
true.
they chilling at somebody's table.
This is
So,
true. FTX.
so
This is true. This is true.
yeah,
FTX. Yeah.
and Ron and all of them. We saw all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So
All right, guys.
on
Y'all have a
that
great
note,
weekend.
have a great
Charlie
weekend,
always trying
y'all.
to go out busting on somebody. Let's go, Charlie.
You did that.